Hey everyone, Temporal here, and for this one we are going to be reviewing a Moira. She's currently placing, but it looks like it's currently in the plat range, maybe close to gold, but we're going to call it plat. If you guys are enjoying the content, do feel free to like and subscribe. That definitely helps me. And if you're looking for coaching yourself, that is something I do. You can join my Discord in the description below and see what my rates look like, or talk with other members, see what reviews have looked like, etc. Cool. So we've got a Ryan, Zarya, Lucio, Moira. I like it. Plus a sim, we are a brawl comp, we should be up here. Yep. You don't need to go up here. There's no need. There's really not. Don't need to pre-heal. It's a fair amount of pre-healing. You resource-wise, oh, lost my epic pen. You resource-wise should very much be. Let's get back to you. Good. You should have spent half as much resources as you have by now. You should still be here. In some fights that won't matter, but when it comes to actually getting your convalescence when you run out of resource and then being able to do a ton of work and win the first fight with the early convalescence, it actually makes a difference. So do try to be a little more conservative. You threw out much more than you needed to in this pre-fight stuff, etc. Like, I don't mind a touch of pre-hotting your Reinhardt, like just a touch, but you were way early on that. So anyway, let's continue here. I do like your comp. I do like your positioning.
Allow me to repair the damage.
I'll live with it. The fight's going to happen. You've angled it in a way where it would be hard for opposing diva to get, though there isn't an opposing diva, so that works out nicely, and it'll heal you. Flash of heal. Keep healing. You can just tuck right here. You're really not too worried. You can really just tuck right here to keep the Ashe out of line of sight. It's actually safer if you tuck right here, because then you're in a situation where you're not going to get like fire struck through when your Rhine swings. He's not going to get shot past, etc. And you're totally safe from the Ashe right here. Your Rhine's fine. Let it tick up.
Tell me how this feels.
Good. Good healing orbs. You do need to be healing your Rhine. Like, you gathering back resource is not important as refreshing your healing on your Rhine here. Your Rhine is still behind you missing health. He's staying out of the fight intentionally, waiting for you to heal. Okay, stop. That's plenty of healing. Good. And now you can do another plat. Okay, stop. Good. Throw the damage orb. Yep. Oh, it hurts. It hurts.
You seem in need of aid.
Yep, checking here is fine, but make sure that you're aware of where your tanks are. Really pocketing your Ryan Zarya is the key here. You did not need to fade into that.
Surrender to my will.
I don't really like that. Because the problem is you have to swing this way to do work, and the McCree is here, and I don't think you know whether he has flashbang or not. And you don't want to swing here when he has flashbang, because he could cancel your convalescence. So I actually would have preferred that you'd slid over here before you'd activated your convalescence. Because now that you've activated it, they're going to make sure they aren't in a nice line for you, etc. It's okay to target their Reinhardt. If you're targeting their Reinhardt, I'd like it to be because you're also getting yours. If you're trying to use this convalescence offensively, squishier heroes like this are better to go after. Squishier heroes like this before she's convalescencing are worth going after. If you're trying to just send it into the mass, sure, it's okay to hit their Reinhardt, but you also want to be hitting yours so that he can hard swing into this Zarya beam, etc. So again, if you were over here, that would be pretty easy. But even from here, you can get all three of these guys with the convalescence, or put in a place that Reinhardt understands he needs to step forward, etc. Let's go back to this. Who are you healing? Yeah, you just caught in no man's land here. That's unfortunate. Do you really think you're the person to go deal with? Okay, whatever.
I'm restoring you. My will made real.
You're not really the one to want to break off and go do this stuff alone. That's a lot of wasted heals. That's better. Okay, if you're gonna fade, you fade to end here so that you can still contribute to this fight, can peek out here and do this, but can break line of sight on that McCree whenever you need to. You can't fade and then end up in the same spot that doesn't have cover, because even if you didn't know this McCree was right here, you did know that he was here-ish and can open the angle on you. So this is where this fade needed to take you. Your team? Okay. I mean, you're not getting back into this. You're really not. If you're doing this, at least make sure it's on point. Yeah. There was no chance of that working, so you just gave them an extra 200 ult charge, and you didn't even buy any additional time on the point.
When faced with a setback, we must challenge our assumptions. Objective lost.
Leave, leave, leave. Okay. You need to throw a healing orb. Yeah, in the direction you're running. Exactly. Captured on the wall. Don't keep poking into this. You do not have the ability to poke into a mercy boosted Ashe. Like, sometimes you can go, hey, maybe I'll fight off a flanker because they kind of count on their evasiveness, and my auto lock makes that not the greatest matchup for them. You don't try to fight off flankers, though. You don't go, oh, I'm going to 1v1 this flanker, or I'm going to 2v2 this flanker. This flanker, or excuse me, this poker. This Ashe has a way better pocket than you provide for your Ashe right here. And I know, oh, but we've also got my McCree, my Lucio. Yet it doesn't matter. Like, the Mercy boost is way more valuable than the Moira healing for this matchup that's going on here. And even if you were going, well, tough, I got to do it anyways, you don't heal from out in the open. You go, I mean, you just don't heal from here. Like, if you had to, you could be like, oh, I'll heal from here and then I'll fade out. But honestly, you leave your Ashe to get eliminated. You don't stagger yourself. You're just spending way too much time. No, no, no! Yeah, that was always going to happen. So that's twice now that you've just been like, oh, and then gotten yourself eliminated like that. And you also had a third time where you just got caught in no man's land because you weren't sure what your job was, who you were babysitting. You are not babysitting your hit scan as Moira. Lucio will eventually heal them up. If you happen to heal them while you're healing your tanks, that's fine. But you were healed here to heal your Reinhardt and your Zarya and let them be aggressive. That didn't do anything. It's a lot of healing. It's a lot of healing for people who didn't really need it. I get that you were trying to force the convalescence. I just disagree.
This will heal you. I need to recharge.
This positioning is better though. You see how from this positioning you're able to go, hey, I can heal my team just fine, etc. You had enough resources. If you did need to get resources, you could peek and zap a little bit and then come back. Or if someone comes up here, you can grasp off of them to get resources without anyone but those two being able to shoot at you. Like, that's what you're looking to do. It's fine, you can cap her off.
Get into position.
Leave, leave, this is over. Go back into spawn. Into spawn. Into spawn! You don't get to push back hit scan. You don't. You don't get to push back hit scan as Moira. If that's like a Genji, sure, I'll accept it. But you don't get to push back Ashes, soldiers, like those aren't things that you get to go deal with. They have a better matchup with you. You needed to basically go here and go, I hope Reinhardt leaves too. Unless you guys have set up, hey, we're about to hit this great high noon play. Hint, you're not. You should be back here and just kind of going, we'll come back as 6. You were kind of slow to toggle the healing him there. Back in a spot. Get 6. Get 6 so you get a real team fight. Get 6. 6. Your job is not to go press this handle like this. Where's Yuzaria? Oh, Yuzaria, who just hit this grab and probably had decent energy, is gone. I wonder how that happened. I wonder. This is fine. You can clean up with grasp like this to get resource like this. Yep, stick with your Reinhardt. I don't like that he's going this far, but he's your buddy. It's a lot of healing you're using to heal up that McCree. Try to be a little more precise with that. Yeah, you don't have resource because you were trying to heal him through purple and other people weren't getting healing out of that. So you should still have a good 3 seconds of healing left and you don't. And that's making this hard. Still going to be fine, but you could have lost your Reinhardt there, which would have been disappointing. Good, good. That's better little toggle heals. You want to do more of that.
Bad guy, heads up.
So McCree isn't your friend. McCree isn't your friend. Reinhardt and Hog are your friends. I don't like that coalescence. They did not have to commit to this fight. They did not have to. Now that they've popped the Bob and the Nano, they will, but you popped yours first, and they could have just left. I'm okay with this, but your goal is not to do damage to the opposing Ryan with this coalescence, it's to heal yours, so make sure you're adjusting your aim appropriately.
I'm under attack.
Okay, this is dangerous space, so you're probably going to need to swing to the left here and play from here. You're just out in the open, and your Ryan is going to swing his hammer, and oh, what do you know, there's a McCree there. Like, this is dangerous open space that you're in. So you needed to be swinging to your left, and if the McCree hits you once or twice, you got to get yourself in here. And it sucks, but you're not the one to go clear that McCree, especially the pocketed McCree. You don't have the fade. Now you have the fade. Go get your teammates. Technically, your fade should have been to point to stop it. The next best fade was into here to heal your Ashe. This fade was not the one. He's sleeping, and he almost certainly has take a breather left. He's not actually in danger. You wanted to get a little healing here, just as a... Even though tanks are generally your friends, I mean, the situation obviously called for that. Not a big deal. So we do have some overuse of resource, but my bigger concern is your positioning and your understanding of who you're in charge of helping. As a support, you generally have specific people you're in charge of that you provide more value to. And as Moira, that's generally going to be tanks, closer range heroes, etc. So your Ryan, your Zarya, those types of people. Not so much going to be Ashes, McCrees, etc. If your Ashes and McCrees are there, great, throw heals on them, but you shouldn't be spending a lot of resource healing them. You shouldn't be spending a lot of thought process on, oh, where do I have to be to help them? No, your effective places are with the tanks, but hide to the side a little where the enemy can't shoot at you.
The best mistake one could ever make. Objective A.
Raising the volume. Let's get this party started. Check this out.
Don't fall too far behind your Rhine here. You might have to heavy heal him in a second, for all you know. Good, good, good. Heal, heal, heal. You have plenty to be healing him. You doing your little grasp damage there when you have so much resource left and your Rhine is less than his third health is not the play. You want to get your Rhine to a place where he can get back into the fight faster. Yeah. Heal him, heal him, heal him! This is a lot of time your Rhine's not getting heals for. Your McCree is not the person you're worried about, and you are exposed. You are in front of your Rhine here. You can get shot at, etc. You need to turn and heal your Rhine here and get behind him, and now that he's going in here for cover, you need to be back here healing him, or over here healing him. Like, you don't... Your McCree can go get this health pack. That's fine. You do not need to be out exposed trying to heal him.
Condition is improved.
You don't go on solo flank missions as Moira. This is not a thing. This is not a thing. This is not a thing. I don't care that your team won. This is so far from optimal. Look at all your critical members over there. Now, you're not going to get serious healing on the ball unless he stays still for you like that. But I'm telling you, Reinhardt is the person that you're here to pocket and do work with. And if you happen to get the others, great.
Escort the payload. This will heal you.
You might have to push card. There actually is a window where the card is unlocking, where it won't move, that you can push ahead to help your team with and then come back. It's a small window, but it is a couple seconds. So you've got options here. I notice you've done this again, where you're going, oh, I'm convalescencing to answer the nano. I don't mind that, but understand you're not doing much damage to this nano Reinhardt. This is mostly to keep your Reinhardt alive as an answer to this nano. Preferable, I think, would have been to remove this Ashe. She probably would have gotten heals, but she would not be happy when she's at less than half health to have a convalescence in her face, and she'd probably pretty much immediately drop and then be out of the fight for a second or two, and then you flash back here and do this. But this is fine. I'm not super worried. This is fine. So that's a positioning thing. You were not behind your Reinhardt, so that shatter could get you. Nor were you behind hard cover. You couldn't be behind hard cover because of your convalescence, but you're done. Just fade out.
Elementary application. How do you like the payload? Join overloading.
Allow me.
You're wasting resource here. Still being pretty aggressive on resource use when your Rhine is not really taking damage. Yeah, you haven't healed very much this fight, and you've spent 2/3 of your resource bar, and you've probably healed maybe 200 damage total. That's for 2/3 of your resource. Bad trade.
This will prove it. Allow me.
Wouldn't it be great to have that resource to heal your Reinhardt up now?
This will restore you.
Yeah, it's just something you want to be a little more conscious of. Yeah, that's good. See, you're on your tanks. Okay, that's fine. The burn isn't going to take you down. You have a bigger hot going. Fade. Good. Okay, that's fine. I can live with that orb. You don't need to be up in front. I know when he's low it's tempting, but as soon as that shield goes up, it's not going down. Stay behind your tanks with hard cover between you and the enemy. You only want to peek in these windows. Yeah, now you can peek. You have a shielding Sigma in front of you. Get a little resource back. Good. Okay, you guys have lost this fight, and you saw this threat to the right. It's time to tell your team to get out. You don't go push that threat. That is not the solution. You tell your team to get out. If your team is being ornery, you can play from here, which closes the angle threat from this guy, so he can't shoot you. He just shoots at his teammates. But they have a full surround on you. They have threats from here, threat from here, threat from here, and you guys are down one. You down 1.5. You guys are not winning this fight. Like, you can retreat to here, and if you keep getting pressured, go out, and then just, with your next fade, get all the way out or go the long way. But this is no longer a safe place to be, and honestly, your team is not in this fight, and your solution is not to go challenge the McCree on the flank. That fade did not end you in a safe place. Your fade, I told you where you needed to go. Obviously, I didn't tell you while you were playing the game where you needed to go, but I've already covered where you need to go in that situation in the future with that fade.
New beginning. New thinking. My will made real. Oh, this is my friend yet again.
It's a little aggressive on healing. Yes, you could have just let it hot tick up on Lucio, but that's fine. So, this is okay. You can play from here, and then you're going to transition to playing up from here, and that's going to cut off the Ashes line of sight, and they don't have anyone here anymore. You can still do what you need to. As soon as this line takes any more space, you're going to want to transition to here. To the right. Play to the right. Play to the right. No, why would you fade this deep in? Ugh. You have plenty of resource. You should be healing. Heal. Okay, now you can't. He's purple. My bad. My bad.
Get into position.
It's gonna make you feel better.
Such potential.
The payload has reached the chase my will.
Special delivery on the way.
Remember, your tanks are who you want to heal.
We'll rebuild.
There you go.
No one can hide.
He's purple, so just swap to doing damage. There's no one to heal right now. I mean, you can put a little more on your Reinhardt. Actually, your Reinhardt got stunned, so yeah, you can pump heals into him because he's going to be taking burst damage. This is cover. You could have gone here without using fade, and then if they keep pushing, once your Reinhardt gets to here, you can fade across to here and heal. No, you can't really help them anymore. You're going to have to fade across on the next fade, and this is already lost, and you guys are going to stagger. Yep. Exactly like I said. 100%. You're staggering.
Allow me to repair the damage. Surrender to my will.
I don't know why I suddenly lost so many frames, but we'll deal.
This will heal you.
Activating the barrier.
Get into position. I need to recharge.
Barrier is about to break.
Know where your cover is. Heal your Rhine. That's more important. Not, you can't do it through the cart. You can do it over the cart, but not through. Do you know where he is? Good. Okay, so little more, knowing your positions. You can heal them from the side, behind hard cover, where high nudes and such can't get you, and then you still have your fade to change position, get further out, or fade further towards further forward cover if your team has taken better space. I mean, you can zap him to the right there if you want. You can, I mean, your Reinhardt's okay. You can heal him knowing that the other Reinhardt's going to swing, but you can also go, oh, hey, I'm going to zap this guy while I move to the left here where I've got cover, and I can still peek and heal my Rhine, can zap this guy, am in less danger. This is what you want to be doing. You don't want to be here. You want to be over here.
Restore you.
You just didn't quite get that orb far enough forward. Failed to bounce. That's okay. It's a mechanics thing. You'll practice it.
Allow me to repair the damage.
Oh, let's break this down!
I actually think that's enough. I think we've seen what your Moira looks like here, and I can tell you that your my epic pen's been there. I wonder for how long. My bad. I can see that what's going to help you the most is going to be working on that positioning, doing a little more. Hey, I can heal from here. Hey, I can heal from here. I can peek and do right click stuff. Hey, we're on defense. I can heal from here and do what I need to here. You do not need to be doing the aha, I'm out in the open to right click on you or to heal my ash from here when there's a pocketed ash in front of me. Like this is not what you want to do. Same thing when you're back here. It's the okay, I can heal from here. I can heal from here. I can heal from here. If my team takes space and I need to move forward, if it's dangerous, I can fade across, or I can run across if we've truly taken the space, and then I can heal from here. And I can peek and still throw out right clicks and get back resource, etc. The other thing is going to be using and understanding that resource. You're using it too heavily, especially before fights. In fights, you can use it pretty heavily, but when you're sort of between fights, when you're sort of in the poke phase, you can do the okay little tap to heal them a bit and access the hot because the hot ticks for a bit after you stop healing them, and then let that hot tick and then tap it again. So because if you just constant heal, you keep overwriting the hot, so you stop getting hot value. But if you go tap click, tap click, tap click, between fights or in the poke phase when your tanks aren't really in danger, you can have a lot more resource when you actually hit that brawl phase and you want to just be laying on the left click while the Rhines are swinging into each other, etc. Anyway, I know there's more game here, but really the way that it works is people can only focus on learning and implementing 1 to 2 real things at a time, and we've seen plenty of game to get you those 2 things, and if we found a third, it wouldn't be worth it. You wouldn't be able to focus on it. So work on those 2 things, really make those something that you're thinking about as you go into your next 2, 3, 5, 10, whatever it is games until they become part of your autopilot effectively. Cool. For everyone else, if you are looking to get coaching yourself, you can join my Discord in the description below and see what my rates are, see what people have said, reviews, etc. Or if you are just enjoying the content, love having you guys here, do feel free to like and subscribe. Thanks. Temporal out.